My name is Rhapsody and welcome to the Cadaver Caravan, here in Darkest Dungeon 2. Specifically, the Cadaver Caravan consists of a frontline Hellion, who I've chosen to be a Ravager, the Ravager making them have plus 20% max HP. If they are in the front rank, which they are, they do 25% more damage, they have less 33% bleed resistance piercing. So I have to imagine that means it is much less likely that they are capable of making targets bleed. And at turn start, there is a fourth of a chance that they bleed. So, they are going to be standing up front. They're going to be capable of using Wicked Hack as well as Iron Swan to try and set up ridiculous combos for our party. The Wicked Hack itself is just big damage. The Iron Swan is big damage to very specifically the backliner, and also a combo on that target. That combo on that target allows us to set up for different things like the Grave Robber's Deadeye attacks, plus 50% crit on a thrown dagger that would be able to be trying to make its way to that backline target. The Poison Dart as well, if I want to set up some DOTs on the backline target. It's also worth noting we've got a lot of Blight in this party. We've got the Poison Dart, obviously coming out of Audrey. We've got the Plague Doctor, who is the Plague Doctor, and the Plague Doctor does plague things, as you might imagine, and the Flagellant, who is also plague-themed in this game, as Punish. Specifically, it's just bleed the frontline target, but instead of bleed, it's blight. Fester, I particularly like, clears a target corpse and gives adjacent monsters blight. Deathless from any position, heal any position, but damage yourself. Endure from any position, stress yourself out in order to de-stress the target, and Lash's Gift. On low health, on below 50% health, you can heal yourself in order to give a target a strength token, a block token, and a little bit of stress. This seems like a very, very durable party. It seems like one of the big things that I would be running into as a problem for this party is stress. We don't have a huge amount of stress management whatsoever. Stress management largely comes individually on characters, so that would be like the Flagellant using Endure, especially after upgraded, in order to, on average, remove stress from the party. Obviously, the Flagellant is removing 3 in order to give themselves 2 stress, so 1 stress is getting lost in that situation. Having characters crit is going to be a really good way for us to remove stress from our party. Having the Deadeye use Dead of Night in order to remove a corpse is also another way to get some de-stress on the party. I think ultimately that's probably as much as I can afford. Let's go. Obviously a pretty reasonable amount of healing in the party as well, a pretty reasonable amount of damage. The ability to project that damage to any line, importantly.
Beautiful place once. What a pity.
Extra healing received from positive tokens, and convert dodge to dodge plus, and we'll also give that to the target who's less likely to ever be slow enough to trigger the negative of it. Let's also give Audrey the healing salves, as she acts very early in the turn and might be able to save someone who otherwise has a DOT on them.
You can feel it. A change in the air.
Exactly. I can project damage this time. Completely different. Legitimately, I think it's going to go out pretty well.
Even your valley is not immune to the spreading stain.
We all gain a wee bit of armor here. I'm gonna Noxious Blast the frontline target. Ooh, and they actually managed to resist. How dare they? I wanted to set up for flashing daggers that would help take out a target as well as damage another one. I guess ultimately it does work out for us. Let's see what I can do about this blight resisting target. How dare you! Resisted another blight? Do they have 40% blight resist? Did I see that correctly? Yeah. Okay, never mind. It makes a bunch of sense that they resisted the blight. It'd still be polite of you not to resist every blight. It's worth noting that the main attack our Flagellant uses does actually deal damage to themselves as well. I'm going to use Endure here to take 2 stress off of the Hellion and put it on our Flagellant instead. So
Greater threats await those who dare.
if DD2 is anything similar to DD1 in terms of the Flagellant,
There is so much worse in store.
this character is going to be happier to be on low HP and to be stressed. Well, I guess happier than other characters might be to be in that position. Hence wanting to take on all of the pain and anguish themselves.
There are yet places such as this, where a little light still gathers.
In the Torch and Crown, we can install the Surgeon's
Be
Table,
on and be off. The mountain will not be denied.
as well as our Trapmaker's Kit.
Experience, however painful, is the greatest teacher of all.
In terms of abilities we need to upgrade relatively early on, I do think things that allow us to manage stress in the party are going to be important. So like upgrading Dead of Night for the sake of Audrey being able to self-heal as well as being able to self-manage stress is pretty impactful. That said, it's also gonna, consume corpses, whereas Damien could be consuming those corpses in order to blight adjacent targets with Fester. Paracelsus, I feel quite unlikely to upgrade any of yours relatively early on. Let's have a look at our
The
routes.
provinces and cantrevs of our land, crumbling and undone.
Ooh. In the Theta, we have plus 100% creature den location scouting and 200% creature dens. I really, really do like going into creature dens. The Tangle gives enemy advantage chance at battle start and also asks us to visit a creature den. Let's have a look at the provision
Stand
here.
what you can, or wealth no longer has meaning.
Orphan Wolf,
Indeed, it ever did.
Orphan Wolf Pet Cub. Plus 5% stress resist per luxury gear item equipped. Not familiar with those. Plus 10% positive relationship chance and expires if not mounted in one in. Yeah, I guess we can take that, right?
Planning and mindfulness, as vital to survival as sharpened steel.
Yeah, I'm absolutely keeping the Orphan Wolf Pet Cub. Have you met me? As for the rest of this, you get some pipeweed, form some better relationships in our party relatively early on. We could get some extra speed, maybe extra bleed resistance. Lower crit, higher max HP in the Hail Draft. Clandestine Cape, 15% chance to start each round with stealth. But on miss, a 15% chance to gain vulnerability. I think I'll hold off because I really like the idea of being able to buy one of the indelible trinkets. Okay, work table loom is considered luxury gear, so let's have a look. Do I have... Dang, I don't have any luxury gear. I mean, there is the work table's loom, I could just buy that. Before each location, a chance to produce woven items. That said, that's filling out all of the slots in my Wainwright really early on. I'd rather not waste resources on that if I don't seem to need it. Oof. Oh, buddy. Radiant Flame 4? That's, I guess that doesn't make us more like, it does technically make us more powerful, but it doesn't make us, like, wipe out enemies very quickly or anything like that. It just makes us less likely to receive negative impacts. I'm gonna try and go without that for this run. If there's another run after this for the same missions, Okay, I'll consider it a little more closely. Let's get the stress reduction on Audrey. And I want Iron Swan to help me take out backliner targets. Then I want to quickly go to Audrey and make sure that you actually have the skill tagged. I'm going to drop Absinthe for Dead of Night. I think it's probably relatively similar enough for our use cases here. Slime Mold for 10% max HP, possibility of giving disease, possibility of giving a quirk. I'm going to give that to Damien. It seems like he'd enjoy it more, based on no information whatsoever. And then, in terms of the Provisioner, I'm going to take 2 Glimmers of Hope, just knowing that I'm going to want to keep the light high if I do go to the Fater here, and I do want to go to the Fater.
The farms and fields of our kingdom, overrun with putrescence and rot.
Let's go. As expected, no relationships here. Relationships are also going to be a really important way for us to try and manage our stress ongoing.
The rancid crop grows unchecked and abhorrent.
Wow. Literally, the lair is the second space. There's a creature den behind it, and another creature den behind that, and a creature den behind that. I really want to try and take this dumb, aggressive path of going to a lair first and then creature dens.
Decidedly inconvenient. At least we know what's coming.
I know. It's a big risk. But if it works, it'll be amazing. Blight resist of all of these characters is relatively low. Let's try and at least prevent one of their characters from acting by mega blighting the Pillager Hatchetman here in the front line.
Malaise, measured and steady.
Here we go. That character will never act. Oh, you missed with the Flash Flyer. Hell yeah. In fact, we now have the opportunity to set up an Iron Swan on the back line, 8 damage. Grand. How dare you nash her? Ugh, I could use Dead of Night here. No, I'll hold off. There'll be more corpses later. Okay, let's try and Noxious Blast the Mongrel.
An opportunity.
Get struck back for 5.
Squandered.
Didn't manage to strike it. Will this? Yes, for a total of 10 even. There goes the pop. Sorry about it. Unfortunately, Boudica doesn't actually have a good position here, but I can taunt in order to direct attacks my way. Let's remove some stress, as well as set up the character to actually be able to blight. My mouth. Ooh, you resisted that blight though, so the character is still not dead. This is almost certain to kill them. Yeah, I'm okay doing that at this point. It prevents a lot of DOT triggers, even if I miss out on one stress reduction.
This work is noble. and necessary.
Oh, I've got to equip that item, certainly, before we continue. These are a trap. Serrated? Let's enter the harvest house.
The landowner's manor. Do you hear the child's cries?
Those livestock are consumable by other plague eaters. I really feel like I'm going to need to get this butcher down really early. But it's also going to be really difficult to do that. I'm not great at projecting damage to that specific line. I can hit the back line quite effectively. But I'm going to start working on the livestock, actually, I think. Nice, we only had a 50% chance to even be able to strike that blight. That's enough damage to have the target still die to a DOT. Headbutt does not manage to push my target, I can only imagine. Wicked hack. Oh, never mind. Okay, the butcher was just going to be healing off of the target rather than killing it and buffing. Which I was much more afraid of. I'm going to use an ounce of prevention here to try and make it less likely we get hit by bleeds.
We can rely only upon each other.
And by using Dead of Night to remove a corpse here, I set up the ability... Ooh, I set up defense effectively for our backliners there, as it turns out. But I also set up the ability for Damien to be able to strike the blight directly. Incision, you have lower bleed resist than you have blight resist. Incise them.
An unavoidable end.
I can ignore the dodge of a target when I am stealthed, and Audrey is stealthed at the moment. That said, not actually relevant. Boom. Okay. Really easy opener there. Let's advance. Battle 2. Really does feel like the maid needs to go early. That said, again, it's the target in one of the least accessible positions for me, so let's take out target position number 2. Dang, that's the low end of the damage we could have done. Ooh, no. Yeah, this is the nightmare version of the previous round, basically. Meat hook. You do crit, you pull the target out of position, and you make them vulnerable. Oh. Lubble slop for some blight on our... Oh no. Which doesn't have death blow resistance, so they are just going to go down. Paracelsus, try and blight another target. Well done. You... The Plantalin does have the ability to use Punish from line 3. Okay. I think I'm just going to continue focusing on butchers then. Stop carving her up! I need her to live! I'm gonna have Damien take the stress off of our Hellion on themselves, because I couldn't project any damage to a line that was actually gonna make any difference there. I can clear this corpse for some extra HP on Audrey, as well as some stealth. Also has the benefit of revealing the maid to the blight. Yeah, being able to clear corpses in this party is so important. We're glad to have such easy access to it. Okay, I only need Paracelsus to go before the enemy, as well as... I mean, it would have been better if it was also before the Flagellant, but alas. Let's clear this corpse for Audrey. A little bit more health back. Yeah, I'm gonna give a little stress to a target in order to get Damien to self-heal here. Deathblow takes out the enemy.
Continues.
Okay, so we would get the Bloodied Branch, gain on crit, melee skills 2/3 of the time give us strength. If it bleeds skills, do 2 more bleed dealt to the enemy. When moving, if we're in rank 4, we get 2 stress. Got it. There's a Ghastly Gruel, the Indelible Trinket. Each hero on round end has a 3rd chance to heal 2. If they're in rank 4, they give 25% extra healing. If they're in rank 1, they receive 50% extra healing. Harvest Bounty is plus 25 inventory slots. Yeah. Yeah, I want all of this. The Corrupting Cleaver for bleed piercing? Sorry, blight resistance piercing? Yeah. Yeah. I want this very badly. Also, I need to know what the lair boss of all of the different areas
The
are.
harvest is here. Pity those with a place at the table.
Okay, putrid meat, fetid meat, and the harvest child in the back line. Now, unfortunately, you do have blight resist that's relatively high, so I feel like I'm probably best served by throwing daggers directly at you. I don't know if it's worth my while killing the meat. Set up a combo token on the target, love it. Ooh, unfortunately I can't reach the target to punish them. I'm gonna try and bleed you with the bear trap, which worked, neat. And then I'm gonna try and blight the meat in front of you. I think it's possible that if you eat blighted meat, which might be what you're about to try and do, it harms you extra. I'm gonna use Ounce of Prevention here to try and lower the chance of incoming awfulness. Oh, wait! Those meats are acting as individual characters. Yeah, okay, I definitely do need to remove them. Tantalizing tidbit. Harvest season, the hunger overwhelms all reason. They moved to the front of the party. It's good to see you. So I could pierce some of your blight resist with a poison dart. But I also feel like I should probably just go straight for the crit.
Well done.
Seems better. Yeah, I don't want to leave a bunch of putrid meat out on the field. That said, wicked hacking the frontline target is obviously deeply worth its while. I think it's just so likely that if I get the main target down in health, they'll try and eat their friends to heal back up, but if they don't have friends, they can't heal. That's feeling pretty likely to be the mechanic, maybe? Hunger overwhelms all reason on both of our back characters at this point. Hunger overwhelms all reason on 3 of our characters at this point. Feed the Hunger does to self, -1 stress, as well as -15% max HP. And it does damage to one of the meat targets. Oh no, so they're gonna try and move forward until they have the ability to try and eat one of the meats. Uh-oh. Let's try and continue bleeding the bleedable target here.
And wanes.
Oh, missing that on 2 vulnerable targets is very impactful, thank you. Mouth-watering aroma. Yeah, just eat some of that putrid meat. Audrey is currently blinded, but dang, really wanted to hit that. Stress management is going relatively well on the party at the moment, to be honest. Characters aren't really that far out of position almost ever.
A slow dissection.
We're getting some consistent damage on the boss at the absolute least. Not a ridiculous amount, but some. I'm gonna use a healing salve on our flagellant.
An opportunity.
Dang.
Squandered.
Unfortunately, missing a game there. Blinding gas at the backline target. Let's try and blight up that meat. Unfortunately, it resists. Worst case scenario for us, basically. Iron Swan to try and remove the No. Well, Iron Swan would set up a combo on the Harvest Child target. Unfortunately, I can't immediately utilize that combo.
Malaise. Measured and steady.
I believe that is the other meat dead as soon as it tries to act next. They'll seethe with envy. If I remove all of the meat, can I just eat the Harvest Child? One wonders, actually. %, extra damage when the target has got combo on him. Solid 12 damage right there. Just gonna throw a dagger directly. We lose our last blindness there. I think Ounce of Prevention's probably really worthwhile, especially when the enemy is about to have
In crisis,
a couple of turns in a row to try and apply debuffs. No bleed on me. Love it. Let's use the self-damage here in order to get Audrey back to a safer position. Resisted Blight on the backline as well. Not all of the Blights, mind, but a Blight. I do feel the compulsion to start throwing out some heals, unfortunately, there. I say unfortunately because I really need some more damage still as well. Bear Trap for more bleed on the Harvest Child. I think that's relevant at this point. It also prevents you from moving right now. I can also buff and defend a target while healing myself here. Let's do that. Tempting aroma.
Agony.
Yeah, Walls of Life feels pretty harsh. Oh boy! That feels really harsh. Paracelsus, please. I'm gonna heal her off of Death's Door. Oh, the enemies get so many actions. There's no corpses on the ground, unfortunately, at the moment. Oh. Still managed to crit for 5 damage. Pretty good. The Hellion He's doing a ridiculous amount of damage courtesy of being ridiculously low HP and in the front line. How dare you. Don't you dare remove one of my targets after I've gotten you down. No! Oh, okay, we're still alive,
The past is gone. Let it die.
Let it die. Well. That was good. Unfortunately, I think we're now on a deadline with a bunch of other creature dens, which is going to be a toughie for us. Each hero in round 2. In rank 1, you receive extra healing. If you're in rank 4, you give extra healing, so you go at the end. That's more luxury gear in the lockbox as well. Boudica, you get the Bloodied Branch. Burn Salve will need to go out for someone as well. Alright.
Consider all variables, but do it quickly.
Okay, never mind. As it turns out, I do have another free choice at this point. Damien, what do you want to tell me? That you got 10% extra max HP? I know. Consulting our map. Oh, I really do want to go to the creature den. I like creature parts. But everyone wants to go forward and they're going to get even more stressed out. I think I have to go forward. I'll choose the path you all want. Please, de-stress about it. Thank you. We also get to have a nice little runway combat here. Should be a good opportunity to get some extra health on some of my characters. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna elect to just throw out heals consistently here. I don't feel threatened enough to do anything else. Oh god, really? Instantly here to prove why I should feel more threatened, I guess. Oh, if I try and heal... if I try and heal anyone, everyone else will hate me. I'm gonna get Paracelsus up. It's the frontliner down. There you go, the two of you can keep each other alive through this battle at least. A little bit of extra health on our healer as well now, thank you. Gives me an opportunity to take another character out, also create some corpses.
Easily resolved.
For the sake of our Dead of Night healer. I believe in that position, actually I could have checked in the academic view, but I believe in that position, yeah. They still had access to hitting the back line, so I wanted to give a heal to myself. Roll that blight, and because it blighted, I now know the target is definitely dead, so I can focus on as many other recovery actions as I can get done. Boudica does not know how to move backwards. Yeah, I'll just have you yell at them. And Damien. Heal Boudica for us as well, please. Yeah, I mean, certainly in terms of health, we've come out of that fight a lot better. Stress? Not so much. Oh, man. Also, in terms of our relationships, not so much either. Hello, Hero Shrine! I need you so bad! Audrey. Flatulent. Has to be the flatulent. Oh, there's a move missing, isn't there?
Gellant. Chapter 1. Baptism.
The move missing is our ability to project damage to the backline from the flagellant.
He was a listless shade of the city, indifferent to his penury. With his skeletal build and bleeding gums, he looked an easy target for a pair of drunks seeking an outlet for their frustrations. The blows rained down, a tooth cracked, and a feverish crimson eclipsed his vision. In pain, there was power. He rose above his panting assailants and, reveling in the marks of their sin, forgave them their trespasses.
Ooh. Is he going to tell us the story of how he went from flagellant to the Plague's flagellant, though? Oh, we got what I was looking for as well. Acid Rain. Ranged from any of our front two positions to both of the enemy's back positions, and it is a blighting move. It is very, 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 very important for this party, thank you. Very important in general, very important for this party also. Lashes Gear, Self-Heal, Deathless, Other Heal, Fester. Honestly, probably the corpse removal is the least useful thing that Damien currently has access to in his kit. And that's only because it contests against Audrey also wanting to do the same a lot of the time. Alright, so this was another path that I didn't really have an opportunity to choose a different one for, so where are we headed off to? Ooh. Let's equip the anti-venom, so I have the ability to remove blight from a character as well as heal them 10% at the same time. Oh, just another oh! I also really want the low health do damage. Oh, but that might not even be in this game. Acid Rain was, though. Paracelsus, you do need to get access to your Plague Grenade for the backline as well, though, so...
Plague Doctor. Chapter 1. The Good Student. Brilliant and bold, her unconventional theories created nothing short of a scandal in her 4th year. The mocking whispers and scornful glares of her peers and professors had an ironically invigorating effect upon her extracurricular experiments. The mysteries of the human body, of life and death itself, hovered just beyond her scalpel's reach. If only she could acquire a corpse of sufficient freshness.
And they're not just handing those out. Gotta go and find one you made at home. Emboldening Vapors is our first unlock here, and that is from any target to any target on our team, cooldown of 1, and it buffs them with a attack damage token. Unfortunately, not the ability I was looking for Paracelsus at the time, but it gets us closer to the one that I'm clearly looking for Paracelsus. Okay, a little bit better on the relationship between our characters. Oh, another wheels! That's a lot less road healing we're going to get access to, unfortunately, now. Some slime-molded food.
They thrill to the succulent flavor that grows up from some nightmare pit far beneath the earth.
Damien, see how it writhes when I prick its footpads? Or let it loose on its captors, 'tis the civil thing. Let's do that. Gaunt Hater is what Audrey picks up. So that's less damage taken versus Gaunt, more damage dealt to them, and a chance to heal when interacting with them. A hospital, a place to cure maladies. So I could get rid of Lazy, I could get rid of Bumleg, Tune Hummer, Pillager Fearing. None of those seem especially important. It does almost feel a waste of resources to go that way. We could get 2 road battles, which I do kind of prefer road battles to Oblivion tiers, so that would be going forward, and then off to the left after.
The worst kind of parasite. Opportunists.
Oh, what? Fishfolk Slayer, Lazy. Oh, we've been ambushed. So at combat start, we've been shuffled, is what's happened here to us. I mean, heck, I could just roll Incision. Is anyone that far out of position? Yeah, actually, the Hellion being out of position means she hasn't got access to all of her extra damage. So yeah, I do need to move her first. Shoo! Iron Swan to the backline. Sets up the ability to not remove that backline, unfortunately, because we don't crit. That's really important to remove that backline as well, unfortunately, because of the stress and everything. Okay, Damien, you're gonna have to move forward manually there, unfortunately. Paracelsus! Oh, the stress on that character is building quite high.
Let us hope to finish this quickly.
I may actually elect to take some stress off of Paracelsus here. Let's pump the torch. Yeah, the response to me thankfully hit a block token. I could try and roll Incision, remove the Mongrel. And I do. And I do. Combo token is set up on our character, unfortunately. Oh, even more bleed. Care a lot about the stress removal, so let's try and get atop that by removing a corpse. Starting to try and take out Mongrel as well. You should definitely heal yourself there, Paracelsus. Yeah, I knew the finishing blow was coming anyway. Wait, is the Mongrel already dead? 3 health and 3 blight. Yep. Another corpse for the stress. I can use a battlefield medicine here for a bunch of health, a little bit of a positive relationship trigger, as well as removing the DOTs that were currently active. I love the round start heal there that we get. Unfortunately, the extra corpse is gone, so I don't have the ability to remove that. I think that still helped on average with the stress in our party.
Cut down these nightmares and blaze the trail to your redemption.
Not certain about it, but it feels right. Ooh, some more serrated bear traps for upcoming encounters. Yeah, I really don't think I would have been able to survive a bunch of creatures' dens, unfortunately. That said, I got to go to the early lair and overcome it, so...
The spoils,
An artifact of unparalleled power.
I do feel like the aggressive route was particularly handy for us. We have a indelible clotting cruel, or plus 66% to bleed resistance. Now, my Ravager does have a turn start possible bleed self effect. So I'll make sure to give them that. Burn heal, across. Yep. Okay, I don't think I need to replace anything else at the moment. Left is the path I wanted because it's got another road fight and a candle. And I like both of those. And then we've got an Oblivion's Ingress at the end as well, where I'm going to be able to remove our loathing. Oh, none of you have, like, Gaunt Slayer as your goal, right? Land a killing blow on the Lair Boss in the Fater. Uh-huh, we'll see. And the killing blow on Cadavers? Nope. Nothing I need to worry about then. Also gonna use the Glimmer of Hope just to try and make sure that no matter what, we stay at above the amount of torch we need for this fight.
Malaise. Measured and steady.
Yeah, I guess just prevent another target from getting to take its action. Less stress. What?
A promising development.
A promising development? Really? Syphilis is a promising development as far as you can say. Negative 25% max HP to the character at combat start. They have a 15% chance to get weakened, 15% chance to become vulnerable, and a 7% chance to become blinded. Thankfully, I do have the Surgeon's Table. Actually, let's take some stress off of Paracelsus here. Thankfully, I do have the Surgeon's Table. So that is a chance to try and remove a disease after each location. 10% chance, that is. So hopefully I do just eventually get rid of that syphilis. I can at this point only hope.
A righteous action.
Giant crit! No stress heal.
In this world, wealth is worthless without purpose.
Oh, he's roiling. Absolutely making everyone else in the party furious.
Plague eaters, feeding on the tainted crop.
So if Damien takes us into this battle, we'll go in with a little bit of strength. Unfortunately, it will harm one of our relationships by 2. That with Audrey. But it will also clear Oblivion for us. Ah, my head throbs, says Boudica here. I do need to get the Lord in the backline dead eventually, but it's going to be very difficult. They have a lot of DOT resist. 16! Oh, that's a lot of damage. Maybe I want to set up an ounce of prevention. Some higher blight and bleed and disease resists. Let's do that.
Empowered, emboldened.
The enemy goes for a tongue lashing, pushes someone ahead of them. I'm gonna crit the Lord in the back line. Wow, straight to death's door. That's great. This gives me the possibility of taking him out with Acid Rain, and we do. Sick.
On to the next.
The fight could not be much more simpler. Much more simple, rather, at this point.
An unavoidable end.
So, Damien, I could endure at this point in order to have you melt down. And if you're anything, as I said, like the Flagellant from the first, you are going to become rapturous. And in doing so, you will have a better result for a meltdown than usually is. But we're also not that far from the inn. Maybe we just hold off. Okay, this lost soldier's already dead. Let's take that corpse away for some stress heal as well. Come on, all of us act before them. Yeah. Get 'em.
A small foundation of trust.
That'll do, buds, that'll do.
Sweet reprieve. Until the next test is put before you.
Extra healing received from skills as well as lower move resist. I'm not going to put that on anyone. I guess I can put that on Audrey, actually. Because you already have basically literally 0 move resist. Boudica, where are you at? Oh, you can equip another combat item at this point. Give you the ability to shuffle the enemy party. That can be particularly impactful in Oblivion areas, it feels like. Wow, the road fights are really easy here. Yep. That's about as little as you could have done.
The enemy
I think
weakens
that target's
and
dead.
wanes.
Yes.
Malaise, measured and steady.
And in fact, I think that's... Yep, second target dead.
Let's hope to finish this quickly.
Hey, at least I get to eat a corpse. Dum 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 dum. Less of a grave robber, more of a grave eater.
A lesson taught is a lesson learned.
Picked up another mastery, the foreclosure notice. So, apply on hit if we're in rank 4, a 33% chance to apply combo. On hit from flashing dagger skill, a 33% chance to stealth self. However, if we're not stealthed, significantly less received healing from skills. So I wonder how that works with Dead of Night, which gives us stealth and heals us. Will it consider us to have stealth for the sake of the healing, or not? I may as well give you that and move you to the back line, though. Actually, repartee is really cool with the parrying patriarch. So repartee will give me 3 stacks of dodge. Literally, the upgrade to repartee is to give 3 stacks of dodge plus instead, but we can get dodge plus directly when using parrying patriarch. I have to move you to the back line. Paracelsus now being in this position. I mean, yeah, access to basically all the same things for you. Seems good. Keep on keeping on. Let's have a look at the map. And yeah, as expected, we're immediately about to go into our Oblivion. And then the Inn thereafter. Yeah, I don't really want to give you the lower move resist, Paracelsus. Oblivion's Rampart. We're blinded, unfortunately. It's going to make handing out damage tokens to the enemy difficult. You know what? I'm going to start off with an ounce of prevention then. Give me a bunch of resists. Shuffling the enemy party is actually pretty important. Oh, but it removes my ability to really wreck this backliner, courtesy of the fact that I can set up a crit target on them, And then I can crit them instantly. Oh! Oh, at least the blight connected. Good. I wanted that to crit just so the blight would connect in the first place. Oh boy, those both set up crit tokens on themselves, so I feel like Damien is probably going to stress out really soon. Throw an acid rain to the back line. Nice critical heal there. I'm going to Thunderclap Grenade the enemies, try and move them out of position. I could try and Yorp at him in order to get weakness on the target that's also about to crit us. No, I'm just going to work on getting the Cherub down, I think. I'm going to throw a Bear Trap on their backliner. Unfortunately, they resisted the debuff. The debuff was going to prevent them from being able to move, which was going to keep them in a pretty bad position the entire time. Unfortunate. I'm going to throw a Flashing Dagger there in order to get Foreclosure's Notice to trigger.
Hold fast, for who knows what lurks in the beyond.
Which does end up working. Unfortunately, I've not got enough DOT on the altar in the backline to kill it this round, but it will be dead next round. Dang. Ooh, no, 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 please kill the Cherub before it acts. Thank you. I don't want it to crit with a stress damage attack. Oh, that seems like a nightmare. Okay. Don't really want to move the enemy targets forward. Oh, there we go. Let's use Witty Repartee and set up a giant dodge tank in the back line. Seems the right maneuver. Yeah, that was always going to be pretty tough.
A steady subtraction, an invariable result.
Hey! It's a 75% chance to miss when that's active. I'm going to use Lash's Gift to give some extra damage to our Hellion, as well as a little bit of extra stress, because they were apparently going to get mad if I didn't use it on them. Nice! Okay, that's one target down for us. Not removing the corpse in the front line, because I don't want to reveal a better action for them. Instead, they have to use Rush Judgment. Get hit for a truly ridiculous amount of damage there. Let's also go for a heal to see if I can get any stress reduction or a relationship trigger here. We cannot in that instance. Flashing Daggers does set up a combo, allowing us to bleed the target. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've got all of you down. Oh, right, they have Death's Door's triggers. Okay, never mind, I've got to make sure that I get them as close to down as possible. There we go. They're both on Death's Door, and they both have DOTs, so as soon as they get to the start of their turn, boom. Dismantled. Hey, no one even stressed out.
Potency still lingers in some of these well-worn relics.
Dark Impulse gives 50% extra blight resist, and at the start of the turn, if you are blighted, a stress. Heartseeker for higher crit, but lower healing received from skills. Damien asks, feed me your transgressions. Sorry, Damien. Ideally, I don't stress you out. I don't want everyone to hate one another. Unfortunately, everyone's relationship is getting a lot worse while you're around. And they're all getting stressed out. But we've made it to the end, baby. Well, no longer my responsibility.
Rest tonight, under the mountain's unblinking gaze.
Boudica has gained Slippery. If HP is at or above, at or below 75%, they have a 1 in 5 chance to dodge. Damien is a Shroud Scrounger, knows where to find resources in Shroud, and Audrey, unfortunately, is blundering. At combat start, has a 50% chance to become vulnerable, -2 speed, and when moving takes 1 damage a fourth of the time. That's really tough. I need to find ways to remove these. We do complete the In the Light in order to get some additional candles. We get some stress reduction, obviously, from having just arrived here.
Conventional fare, but fairly priced.
So I don't have a lot of stress reduction items, unfortunately. However, we do have a lot of relationship things, which would then help us reduce stress after the fact. Unwavering Standard, Tinker's Coach. Okay, let's go to the Wainwright.
The next stop is leagues away. Plan accordingly. Let them know us by our reputation.
In the Tangle, we can do 25%
Consider your
extra
position.
damage.
And plan accordingly.
Sorry, 15% extra damage. Plus 10% meltdown chance. Visit an Oasis here. An Oasis would be also really good. That's the Shroud, which we do have a Shroud Scavenger as well. I believe the Shroud is the location for the Fishman as well. And if I recall correctly...
Practice. Improve.
Yeah, Paracelsus is a Fishfolk Slayer. Let's have a look at our mastery. We've got 5 points here. I mean, Acid Rain is one of them. Feels like basically all of our damage ability should be one of them. The Endure seems relevant as well. Okay, Paracelsus, Noxious Blast for you and nothing else. Audrey, I really do want your Flashing Daggers to be worth a while. Audrey, currently repartee... I mean, it's fine. Yeah, it's pretty good, I guess. While you have the other trinket, you don't need to upgrade it. Poison Dart, doubling the amount of blight we do. I think that's really relevant as well. It feels like I'm really not likely to even be able to bleed targets. Okay, so Bloodlust. We can use this from any of the front 3 positions. It doesn't tell us where we can target, though. However, on Self, it removes Winded, and if target has Bleed, it gives plus 20% damage. I think it might give Self no Winded and a buff that says if the target is bleeding plus 20% damage. I think that's what Bloodlust actually means there. Acid Rain needs an upgrade. Feels like Punish needs an upgrade as well, admittedly. Like, we really need damage. A lot of what we've been missing is the ability to end these fights ever. I think I take that, Punish and Endure. Let's go to Provisioner and look for... I mean, yeah, there's direct stress removal in Laudanum, but I think you have to wait until a character is actually horrified to be able to use that on them. Greatest Sacrificial Hosts, and ridiculous Blight Resist. No blighting this character ever. Oh, we've got... Oh, the Nomad's Wagon. Negative 50% to trinket prices. So we just get that for being in this location. Cool. I mean, yeah, they're cheaper, but they're still not good. Necessarily, at least. A blind to attacker when hit combo 33% of the time? If the flame is high, unfortunately, we have lower death blow resist. Let's go to our in items. I'm definitely getting another set of playing cards. And I think I still really need to help fix a lot of relationships. I've got to get all of the pipe weed from this store as well, because it's as much stress removal as we're going to get access to. Unfortunately, it does mean we are going to have to to deal with some characters being a lot slower than I otherwise might have wanted them to be. Boudica and Damien chiefing it up hardstyle with one another. Damien and Paracelsus as well. Boudica and Paracelsus. Let's play some cards. It's so good when you don't have a curmudgeon in your party and you can actually play cards with everyone. There's so many more triggers when there's 4 people rather than 3. Back to the Provisioner. Didn't I? Yeah, no, okay. I do have another cards. Okay, a 20% heal is blocked by Blundering. We can definitely drop one of those on, I think, each of our frontliners. As for huge blight resistance, let's give that to the Plague Doctor. Wainwright, I do have to heal these wheels.
For a time at least.
It really does feel like I don't need to spend any of my baubles here. Like, none of these actually make us significantly more powerful. More blight resist from more characters going into this next area. See, I'm not even familiar enough with these areas at this point to be able to look at the shroud and go, oh, you see, this is a bunch of blight that I'm gonna have to, like, maybe there's some blight there? I'm trying to take care I'm trying to take care to remember those kinds of things. But there's a lot to remember right now. Sprawl is obviously fire. And bleed, I believe, as well. Bleed and blight, I can only imagine, consistent in the shroud. Really like if we ended up removing the disease, alas. Anything else I want to quickly get before we leave out? We could have more torch. I think is pretty relevant as well. We could get a clotting poultice or something like that. No, I don't think that's right. I will get a bunch of whiskey. Extra movement resist until next in. I'm also going to give that.
On the road to damnation.
Oh, I really want to give... Oh, wait, I can give that to Boudica, obviously. It's not a trinket. Okay, let's have a look at people's relationships as well. So I can see that... Okay, no one has a relationship of worse than 9 with another character, which is good. Let's get some people above 13 though, so that they are possibly capable of forming a relationship. So, Boudica and Paracelsus. Never mind. It was actually... it was Paracelsus and Audrey. That's fine. Paracelsus and Boudica. One more does get you to 14, and now you have the theoretical possibility, yeah, of forming a positive relationship, a 48% chance as we leave this area. Let's select our route, which I do think will be the Shroud, and I do think I want to try and head my way towards an oasis as quickly as possible. Let's select Shroud.
Of the coastal villages are sodden with salt,
will choose to rest
Secrets.
and see that no relationship herein is formed. But for the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Darkest Dungeon 2. Top left is a series playlist for all my content in the game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendation is down below. Streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. And above the thank you, and a special thanks this episode to Mr. Gibberish. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.